and the language is a matter leading to the promotion of a particular person. It's winter. Okay, so Dan and Ed, I know you sent information out to the board regarding the stormwater pipe and easements regarding Meadow Reed. And I think you talked to Dawn about it, Ed, and I had a conversation with you. You need some direction from the board?
Well, the direction is to replace the 36-inch pipe, and I was just telling Ed about it too. I mean, that's gonna shoot my budget, especially with this winter, wet spring we've had, and wet fall. My budget's gonna be shot,
Right,
because that pipe's awful expensive.
right.
And that's why I want to downsize it. You saw that email, we downsized it, and it costs us more to do
To
the hydraulic study on it, just to buy the pipe rather than do the study.
Yeah.
About $10,000 difference in pipe
Yeah.
cost to
Yeah.
contract to the study.
So, we'll have to find money, Dan, because
No, I know it's gotta be
yeah,
done.
we can't let it.
No, I'll
not
do
get
it,
done.
we'll do it, we'll be happy to do it.
Right.
Because I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with my paving this year because of these bridges on these bridges on Iroquois, Seneca, Roselle, I like to pave those. I
Right,
may not know them, I might get together with Ed on that too because of the situation there. Maybe just overlay them, save some money milling, so I don't know. And right now, everything's up in the air.
right,
I wanna get those three streets moved. Because those
okay,
culverts are new, the streets are new, we're good for, I don't know how long the blacktop lasts, 10 years maybe. You know, blacktop's up $10 a ton.
Mhm. So what's the pleasure of the board? Have them do it? The problem is that, you know, well, we're gonna need to get the easements.
We can go
Okay,
on easement.
so, and, you know, the, storm water is actually, I mean, this was done in the early sixties. And it is,
63, I think, was.
yeah, and it's, the drain pipe is actually under someone's driveway, and there's sinkholes in the property. So rather than, it was just tied in at an angle across the property. So it's gonna have to be perpendicular to it and then tie in.
Well, we can run the pipe is clear, but the problem is the pipe is so old that you've got,
Right.
you know, sinkholes coming all over the place because it's even through the top
Or,
of the pipe.
organic metal pipe.
Yeah. So what you do is you fill the pipe.
The piece that we're gonna abandon, I would probably fill that with full fill.
What was that? Oh, never mind, okay. So, well, I say go with it. Dawn, Ron?
Good.
Yep.
Matt, Adam, okay, so, you
Yeah,
know,
that's just
yeah,
there.
so go blow your budget.
As soon as we get the easements, and the guys like that stuff.
Yeah,
So they like to
Yeah,
get
yeah.
it.
Okay. So next, Matt.
One more thing we're gonna do is
Sure.
request to clean out Milton Pond again, which of course is in the village, and of course we have to take care of it. Problem being is town sold that house on Bernard Street, and the only access I have is now either from Colin Park Boulevard or from William Street. So it makes it kind of tough, but we do own some paper streets. I mean, have to get a couple easements from people to get it all the way through there and clean it out though.
Okay.
And that's, and I told
Coming
them,
from William.
yes, and I told them it's gonna be a while because everyone wants the detention ponds cleaned out. It's wet, we can't get it done.
I know.
So we'll get them done when we get them done. I told Michelle, stop trying to cut them, we're making a mess. When it dries out, we'll get them all cut. That's all I got.
Okay. So now that we're still on stormwater, Matt, you have your stormwater report?
Yeah, the monthly report. Ed did deliver a draft MS4 annual report. And after tonight's meeting, it could be made available through the clerk's office for public viewing.
And on the website.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is on the website. For May, we had surprisingly, only 6 drainage complaints for
That's all you get.
that's all that we had, right? But the year-to-date is 33. We did issue 2 MS4 violations. These were for open stormwater permit violations that just lack of maintenance, for a total of 15 for the year.
Got it.
As it comes to the, oh my goodness, I didn't have a number of complaints, but we did take in, I believe, 56 general complaints for the month. And we were only able to manage 2 fire safety inspections for a total of 52 for the year. Just to report to the board, tomorrow is the 4th meeting for the Erie County Zombie Task Force. And I'll be in attendance. It starts at 10 o'clock and runs out at noon at County Hall. And if I could be so bold to just to kind of let the board and everybody that's willing to listen, we are entering into our political season, and I'm going to ask all that are going to participate to be mindful of residents and the sign code, and direct your people to put these things in the right place. We'll do what we can to help out with relocating some of them, but we seem to end up back into town property and right of ways and things, and we'll just be picking them up and discarding them. Try to make it fair for everybody, but the residents have to abide by the sound code. So
Right.
everybody else.
Okay. Early voting. I got a call from the Board of Elections. They would like to utilize the town hall as an early voting site, which has been mandated in this year's budget, state budget. They will not be doing it for the primary. They will be doing it only for the general election, and they will start on Saturday, October 26th. Early voting will be Saturday, the 26th of October, and Sunday, the 27th, and then running through the whole next week, Monday through Friday, and then again on Saturday and Sunday. Their Saturday and Sunday hours are going to be from noon until 5 p.m. The Monday through Friday, which is just one grouping of Monday through Friday, is going to be from 11:30 a.m. to 9:30 p.m. Really, the only logical place to do it, if they were to do it in the town hall, would be in the boardroom. Fortunately, the zoning board will have occurred just days before, but that's okay. And town board, the same too. So we don't have town board, planning board, or zoning board meetings during that time frame, which is a good thing. So the boardroom is probably the most ideal location for it. And I talked with Michelle about getting the building open, obviously Monday through Friday from 11:30 in the morning, building's open that week. So that's not an issue. It's the Saturday and Sunday hours that are a problem. Michelle said that she has crews that do come in to work on parks and other buildings, and I'm not sure what else you have during that time.
The
frame.
pavilion.
The pavilion. So she would be able to get the building unblocked for the 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays. The problem is locking them up at
The
5
Opera House has
o'clock.
shows that night. The Opera House will have it open already.
But, okay, and I didn't want to rely totally on the Opera House, but they will be open those weekends?
They're scheduled to have shows both of those weekends, so they would
Okay.
normally open the doors at 6. I don't know if, I mean, if.
Well, we will be locking the doors at 5.
5,
Right.
right.
So they can come by and open them up
Gotcha.
again, like
No,
they
okay.
normally would. So, so the 2 Saturdays and 2 Sundays, the building will be open because Michelle will be able to get her, one of the laborers out here to open it. It's locking it that's an issue. The front door is easy to lock with the Allen wrench. The back door, they have to have handicap accessibility. So the back door leading into this building has to be unlocked and then locked when they leave. We would have to give them a key to the building. does the board have an issue with that? Have an issue? No? Ron?
Not a copyable key, so it's not like they can do anything other than give it
Yeah,
back.
technically, it's not copyable, but I suppose anything's possible. Have any issues with it? Okay, Michelle, are you okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're also talking during the week too, right, Joanna?
They would, yes, they would
9:30
have to
at
lock
night.
it at 9:30 at night because, you know, she can't pay somebody for 4 hours to come and lock it. And, you know, that would be great. And then if Diane or I were to agree to do it, we probably have a grievance filed because we're taking their work away. This way, if the users lock it, that's a different story. And, so we will work that out. Okay. So, okay. And, Pleasant View Drive, now, you know, they're working on the water lines. I talked to Ed this morning because the contractor did send a letter out to the residents on Pleasant View Drive, merely giving them general information about the fact that, you know, the water line project is beginning, and just in general explained, you know, the steps along the way of, you know, of what is going to occur, you know, on the north side of the pavement and or lawn areas between Transit and Stutzman Road, and then on the east side lawn area of Transit Road and along the south side of the pavement and or lawn areas of Pleasant View Drive from Harris Hill Road easterly to approximately 800 linear feet. So those residents there have been informed of the fact that the water line work is going to be done, explained to them that there will be a short time frame when they have to switch over from the old line to the new line, that they will be without water. They said for a maximum of 4 hours is what they anticipate. They've given the residents contact numbers so that, and the name of the company that's doing this is Fourth Generation Construction, Inc. This was let out to bid a couple of weeks ago, and maybe even longer than that.
Longer than we ordered it last week.
Last meeting. So, it's Fourth Generation Construction, Inc., and they have provided their office phone number as well as cell phone numbers here. I gave the town clerk a copy of this because you may get calls, we may get calls. If anybody has anyone who's asking any questions, have them call our office, okay? And we'll be, or, call Ed. And your your inspector is out there. Is he out there all day, or is it just, okay, inspector is out there all day, watching the work. So, but because, it's heavily trafficked area and a lot of houses there, just wanted to make sure everybody knows that you may hear from someone about that. So,
They did notify the school too, just so the school's aware.
yes, right.
Requested.
So, and that is that. Okay, so, let's see, we can go through the resolutions quickly. Anybody have anything else want to add to anything?
Just want to thank, I saw Diane's press release, I want to thank Danny. The grass clippings, that's awesome. I get phone calls all the time about that.
Right,
Just to reiterate though, that's not the village, it's just the town, correct?
it is the town highway superintendent who will be doing it in the town.
Yep, so I just want to thank you for adding that to the
Reason
list.
for that, so you know, they were putting bags out there, okay? And it was a paper bag, we didn't mind, we didn't throw it in the mulch pile. But we started picking bags up and they're dumping out dog droppings and
Yep.
garbage and cans. That's why we don't want to do bags.
No,
Because
no,
we
that
put
makes
everything
sense.
in bags and we can't do that.
I think it's a great compromise. No, I'm glad we're doing it. I
Yes.
And I
appreciate
think
it.
with the leaf vacs that we purchased a few years ago, that we hopefully we're gonna get that grant money for, it makes it easy to pick them
Sure,
up.
just keep small dogs away from the grass pile.
Yeah, that's right, for sure.
Yeah, that's leaves and that, right. Or small kids. Yeah, Diane got that up. Danny called Diane Thursday about it, so she got it on the website right away. And then I suggested maybe you want to put out a press release so that, everybody can pick up on it.
Yeah.
So, So, yeah, a couple of my neighbors said, oh gee, that's great. I just, every time I go out to my cart in the morning, because I put it out at night, I go out in the morning, go, oh, it's full. They act like that. But I told my neighbors,
That's funny.
just dump it in, you know, so, so I'll have it out there. Don't charge him rent or anything for it and dump it in. So, yeah, so my cart has been full in spite of the fact that I said it wouldn't be, so, yeah. Okay, resolution 1 is the minutes, and 2, the audited claims, 3, 93 total building permits. 4 is the neg deck for the project over on Pavement Road here. And that has gone through the planning board already. And let's see here. Number 5 is the Windsor Ridge South, and this is a resolution that somewhat modifies the one that we did at the last meeting, Kevin.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pop it on the date,
Yes.
June 12th, yeah.
And the letters have gone out to the contiguous municipalities. I saw them got there, so. And number 6, Don.
Oh, PIP on Schwartz Road, we all said it.
7 is, okay, the 15 streetlights over on Avian Way and Apple Blossom Boulevard. And next is the site plan for 21 Pavement Road, the one we just previously did the neg deck on. And we have 2 highway individuals. Christopher King is a laborer starting tomorrow, and Caitlin Walsh as a clerk, a part-time clerk, starting tomorrow also. Caitlin will be doing GIS work for Dan. She hasn't worked for you before, has she?
No.
But she is trained. She is trained in GIS. Is she in college right now? Is she-
Yeah, well, yes,
Right.
she's actually a graduate student.
She's a graduate student? Okay. So she is going to be just updating, not just updating your GIS since it was last done. When did the other?
Spencer
stop
left.
it?
Spencer left a couple of years ago, but
Was it 2
what
years
she's
ago?
actually gonna do, she's gonna be able to train our people on GIS system. So, you know, when you interview people, she was the only one that had any GIS experience.
So she can do the
She's
training.
part-time for the summer, and she can do the training, she can do train our employees also.
Right,
That's why we chose her.
so that's good. Yeah. The next one is just consultant that we utilize and have been for a number of years to provide us our office with the actuarial services for GASB 75. 11, and
11's just to adopt the dog law, the outline for fines, so there's something to go by.
right.
12 is the special use permit for the rental office on Broadway.
13 is for the Parks and Rec Department. So we have a laborer starting tomorrow and a recreation attendant. What's the recreation attendant going to do, Michelle?
The attendant is,
Tyler Cowell.
he is a new person that is going to be going to the playgrounds because I had somebody back out of the job. So we had somebody on, but she is taking a different position.
Yeah, okay. Ron, 14.
Yeah, it's a preliminary engineering design for War Street Bridge.
And this, we had to select from the state's pre-approved list of 50, there were 15 on there, right?
50 on the list.
15 on the list. We asked them to provide us with proposals, and so that's that. But, you know, we had to choose from the state's pre-approved list of 15 if they chose to provide us with a proposal.
Yeah, only 8 submitted.
Yeah. Okay, Gene Karn has met with Adam extensively here and really had a need to increase the hours for the summer, for, not to exceed 5 months, up to full-time. Because a lot of the part-timers just, they don't want to respond, so.
Some are only working 2 hours a week, things like that. It's not covering the gap. That's why we've had issues before with call-outs to come in on weekends, feed the dogs and things like that. They're gonna overlap coverage by maybe an hour a day so they can touch base on, what's happening earlier in the day, what needs to be done, but somebody will be there at the times needed to, let the dogs out and feed them. That way we're compliant with the state. So,
Just in time, because I believe we're on July 4th.
Yeah.
Heights.
well, yeah, this is
It
the
gets
busy season.
crazy, and especially, firecrackers start going off, fireworks, and dogs go crazy, and then they run, and, yeah, it gets nuts, so. Okay, next one is just to, I know of at least one more clerk typist who has indicated that, she will be retiring. And I thought, and I don't know when, but it will be, it's imminent, it will be sometime this year. So I thought it might be wise to at least have a slot available. Not filling it, just, just have something available because, it seems as though each department is running on the bare minimum. And when one person leaves, what happens is you have, then a new person really has to be trained. There's no one else kind of step up to take over for it. So, given that, I thought, just in case we're ready to hit the road, there's nothing wrong with having these in inventory. Like we have patrolmen, we have police officers, we have a slew of slots in the inventory.
This is similar to what we did for police, for the admin, same thing, right?
Well, no, because we
This
knew
is
that we were
temporary.
filling it right away. This
No, but
one,
we open up a slot for training.
exactly.
That won't be filled, it won't be backfilled after, somebody leaves.
It may not be.
Right.
That is
That's
correct,
the same thing
yes.
we're doing here. We're
Yes.
planning for the future.
So if this person who has talked about leaves before that other slot opens up, we're better off just having something in inventory that we can at least say, hey, we have it in the inventory and we don't have to remember to do it. So
And it's not department specific, so when we create a position, it's
Oh,
just
it's
for a
just
town
generic.
position?
that is correct, but it has to be a clerk typist. It
Right.
can't be, senior clerk typist,
Yep.
or it can't be a clerk or, a payroll clerk or anything like that. Clerk typist. And 17.
This is just where the supervisor can execute the stop EWA agreement with the county.
And let's see here. So, this one is for advanced thermal, and they are located, where are they located? On Enterprise Drive, I don't know why I forgot. So this is the, including the site, and what would be the standard conditions. And,
These are separate funds for advertisement for the summer concert series that Michelle has the 3 bands coming in. These people are getting dollar-for-dollar advertisement to their offering.
right,
And it helps certainly to offset the cost of the concert series. Michelle,
right.
Yes, we went around and canvassed a few, well, actually several companies, and some have sent in, it's not a donation, it's an advertisement, to advertise basically the company on our flyers to help offset the cost of the bands.
But technically, according to the town, it's a donation.
It's a donation.
Accepted as a donation, but that I understand. And this donation will help offset
Correct.
the expenses, which is good, so.
I have one other question too. The food truck that we've talked about at the park. I know many of you got back to me, but I'm still unclear. Are we going to try to adopt the code? This party is in July.
Yeah, there's no way that,
Or should I just tell them a food truck is not allowed at this point?
At this point, it's not illegal to have a food truck, right?
Correct.
It's not illegal.
But I don't want to blow up the pavilion vibe like that, you know,
No,
either.
Okay.
No.
So I guess I want to just be sure.
Yeah,
I need the board's approval.
Yeah, there's no way we can get a code,
No.
in place by July.
So I guess I'm asking the board for verbal approval if they do or don't want a food truck
Man,
at
are we going to
Westwood.
get a fire inspection up there?
Well, the fire inspections are done through the county health department.
Correct.
I mean, if we needed to, they could supply us all the information. Hopefully, they're going to supply insurance, they're going to supply all their certifications through the county.
Sure.
It should be enough. I just don't know if the town board and/or any other body really wants to go down the road of regulating the truck industry in town. It's just a brand new industry.
But, so my question to my question to you, Matt, though, is, does the, I know the responsibility falls on the county. Do they actually inspect it and protect us? Obviously, we can't allow a food truck there without having all of the proper insurance certificates on file.
Certainly, and
So-
the county, they do their annual fire inspections of these vehicles.
Okay,
DMV does the inspections of the vehicles. Health department does do spot checks of vehicles, unannounced inspections, just to
The
make
food
sure that
safety.
the sanitation end of it is proper for
Right.
food distribution.
when the
If we
food
could just
trucks,
get copies of their credentials and perhaps one of the fire chiefs or somebody can get a look at, the equipment. It's not a lot to look at, but,
When I run events in the village, they provide me with certificate of insurance, they have to provide me with proof of their health inspection. However, we do have our local fire inspector inspecting trucks to make sure that when they move from here to there, everywhere, because they're only inspected once yearly. So again, they're inspected yearly.
the reality, if they're registered to be on the road, they could be on the road in the park, it's a registered vehicle. so
The
they're
county,
allowed.
like you said, the county's gonna spot check for the area. Everything else is done through the proper permits are done through the county.
So basically, this is just one resident that's asking to rent at the pavilion, can you bring in a food truck? That's all I need to do is say yes or no. I mean, all the insurance would be his responsibility.
well, no, but they
It's on
need
town
to
property.
provide
So I-
insurance for us.
So
Yeah,
does the
that's
board
how-
suggest me not doing that at this time?
No, well,
They really can't tell you not to, but can you?
no, we
You
can't.
allow it.
Right.
Yeah,
Just get the insurances.
right.
Okay.
So you need to work with the town attorney's office to make sure that whoever this is, that they provide the attorney's office with the liability insurance, naming the town as an additional insured. So, I don't know, ABC food truck.
I don't know which food truck he's
So-
talking either, but I will reach back
That's
to
not, and
State tax
it's,
on it, too.
and a certificate from the Erie County Health Department. Yes.
So
Okay.
there, we have one more really important issue.
Okay, go ahead.
This is another very big issue. A woman called me and she had, both of her daughters have been killed, okay? They used to walk Westwood every day since they were 3, and she wants to give a donation to the town. And she asked me about donations, and I was talking about pensions. She wants to put a full-size basketball court in Westwood Park. She said basically that money's no object to her, that she really wants to do something in memory of not her one daughter that was killed, but now the second daughter was killed. And I told her I would ask the board, I have reached out to Northeast Jurisdiction to get a quote on it. We could possibly put it to the left of the pavilion somewhere, which is not determined where we would even put it. It is, she wants to have the court with the 2 hoops on both ends, a full-size court in memory of her daughters, which I thought was, very special. She is actually a resident of Cheektowaga, but she wants to put it in Lancaster because that's the part she always took her kids to their whole life.
Michelle, if the estimated cost is going to exceed $35,000, then, which for a public works project, you merely have to get 3 quotes. this, I believe would be considered a public works.
Well, I think, before you shoot.
This is probably gonna hit
We just got an estimate. So
Right.
in other words, to do that, we have to solicit.
bids,
Okay.
probably.
For
Just
her.
an estimated cost for her.
I would check with her to make sure that's within. her-
Well, I'm waiting
That's why we
till,
did that.
I'm waiting for the one to come back, and then I was going to call her and go from there.
If
And
you
then,
have space at the park, you know, if you know,
We've got space, we got a nice spot next to the building.
not in the flood.
no.
I said that.
Okay, well, I just wanted the whole board to be aware
Sure.
that this lady's reaching out. I thought it was a great opportunity,
Absolutely.
so. and-
If you said there's a $35,000 threshold, under 35,000, is it an easier process?
Well, it's not gonna be under 35,000.
No, I'm just saying, is there another option we can propose that's a $30,000 project?
Yeah, but that was.
Oh, we just gotta get 3 quotes.
Well, yeah. It